Hi, everyone. This is another episode of TBI Uncovered, a platform that allows traumatic brain injury survivors to share their story and bring awareness about TBIs, brain injuries, brain conditions, the disability community, anyone associated with brain injuries, and to provide resources to those impacted. On this special episode today, I'll be talking with a friend of mine. She's been knowing me since I believe high school, since I believe our junior high school. So she's been with me throughout, my injury and things like that. And I know how a lot of new people on my page that don't know, what happened to me or, what that looked like or whatever. So I thought it was pretty interesting to um, get her perspective. So I'm going to bring her in so she can tell more about herself. Hey, Jessica. Oh, your mic, you muted.
Am I unmuted now? Okay, awesome. Hi.
How you doing this pandemic?
I'm doing pretty good. I won't complain. No.
Good. Where's Jaja at?
Terrorizing her daddy. He is on duty right now so that I can speak to you in peace. Yeah.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time out to interview with me. I was just telling a bit about how we know each other, and I believe we met in high school, our junior year of high school, or was it senior? I don't really
No, it
know.
was like junior year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yes, it has. So I just wanted to do a different edition of TBI Uncovered and just get your perspective on things or whatever. So just yeah, get it started. So can you introduce yourself and tell what you do and what you got going on?
Okay. Well, my name is Jessica Carter. I am a mompreneur. I'm also a book publisher, urban gardener, and a host of other things. Um, yeah, I'm a good friend of Erica's, as she mentioned earlier. Very happy to be here speaking with you today. So thank you for even inviting me. But yeah.
So could you tell people that don't know me, they're listening to my page? I have a lot of new people on my page. So a lot of people don't know, like, all they see is this version of me like now. So can you like share like how I was in high school from what you know about me?
Well, you've always been an upbeat, do it yourself, independent, go everywhere. You can't tell me what to do type person. So I wouldn't even say that has changed.
Okay.
For sure, that's your personality, always wanting to achieve more. Yeah, definitely an inspiring person.
Okay, thank you. So can you recall going into the accident? I know it's been a while. Can you recall like how you heard about it and what you were doing at that time?
I was at home with a friend and I got a phone call from another friend of ours telling me that you had been shot and was in the hospital and wasn't doing too well.
Mhm.
So initially, I didn't believe it. I think I called your phone repeatedly thinking you would actually pick up,
Mhm.
and then called that friend back, hearing more of what she had actually knew.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was the beginning of how it was actually brought to me.
Okay. So what were you? You said you're at home. Do you remember like what time it was?
It was in the evening. I just remember it being at night.
Okay. So how did you like? So were you initially like shocked? Or how did you feel like?
There are no real words to describe it, not knowing, so much
Mhm.
uncertainty behind it. That was the hardest thing, not to even know if you would make it, quite honestly. And
Mhm.
then you were on a blackout list with it being a violent crime. So there was really no communicating with you at the time. And your family had a lot going on trying to, figure out what actually was going on with you. So from a friend's perspective, it was uncertainty and just wanting to hear you again and, talk to my
I
friend again.
I remember 'cause we used to I remember a little bit. We used to talk like I remember we talking like all the time in the morning. I don't know if you were
Every
going to school.
morning before school. It is so funny you said that. That was one of the first memories I thought of today, how we spoke every morning before going to class, walking across the lot. And, it never failed. I knew we were going to talk. And if we didn't, somebody had an attitude, but we were still going to talk that day before the day was over. Yeah.
Where you at? Yeah.
Huh?
No, I remember I'll be on the highway like talking to you, whatever. I'll be on the highway driving and be talking to you. I think I'll be going to some days I was going to work, some days I was going to school. It just depends on the day or whatever. So that's very fun to remember that. Remember whatever. So what was the environment like in the emergency room when you got there?
So the emergency room, I didn't go the night. The night it happened, we couldn't go in. It was just, outside the emergency room, actually. When we actually did see you, it was just a really it was just sad. I don't know another way to describe it. It was sad. You couldn't talk. Everybody was tense, wanting to have some type of answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just sad overall.
I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something I don't remember, but so how long was it before you had a chance to see me?
I
And
don't remember.
look, you don't know if it was weeks or you don't know if it was weeks or days, but I remember my mom coming in my room and she said, "Erica, I got a surprise for you." And I could, like I said, I couldn't talk at the time. Once I came out the coma and all that, I remember her coming in my room and saying, I had visitors. I like thinking it's part of my family, and because I would think certain things, but I didn't think like with my friends. I didn't think anything about anybody else. I just remember seeing my family. And I don't know if it's a brain thing or something. I'm not sure if your brain goes through different things, but I remember coming in the room saying, "Erica, I got some visitors for you." And I'm thinking this family. And then here I see you, I see Alice, I believe Zanetta, Crystal. I think it was just y'all. So I remember I couldn't talk, but I remember my eyes like
Blinking.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, just so excited.
Yeah.
It was a good moment. And I remember I remember Alice, her talking to me with her. It was a good moment. And I actually I remember that I just thought about that the other day. So it was a pretty cool moment to see y'all and stuff. And it was very cool to see. So what was that experience like on your end? I know I was super excited and
I don't remember if I said anything, actually. I think I was just trying to keep my tears back, seeing you in that condition. And, the only communication at the time was your eyes. But, girl, you was working them eyes. I remember that. Okay. Working them eyes. I'm like, she know we here. Yes. It was a big, deep feeling, to actually still be able to communicate with you and know you have been fighting for your life. I want to say it was a couple weeks before we saw you, but like I said, it was long ago. I don't really recall, but it was some time before we actually saw you. So it was very emotional for everybody that was in the room. Yeah.
Because I don't, I think that I don't even remember thinking I said with my friends that or because it's not funny to say this, but I had no thoughts. I didn't think because I don't know if it's a brain thing or what happens, but I didn't think anything. I just remember laying there, and I never knew, like, I never thought to think like, what happened to me? Why am I here? Where am I at? I never even thought anything like that, which just it seems so weird, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Um, so, why do you think people stop being friends with somebody who goes to a life changing situation? Why do you think that happens?
I don't think it's a stop being friends thing. I think it's I don't know how to be their friend. You know, um, you never really quite understand things until you go through it, and we can only understand so much.
Right.
So as time progresses and people begin to move on with their lives, I think that forefront of what does my friend need, that my what can I do to be more of a friend, kind of gets overran with life. I don't think it's ever why aren't they the friend. They don't know how to be the friend is my biggest thing. I know you and I have had many conversations where I myself had to ask the question a couple times in my head just so I can make sure, one, I was really asking the question that I needed the answer to, maybe even making myself a little vulnerable for a backlash or misunderstanding, because I'm not in your position, but I want to understand, and there's only so much that I can't understand, but I'm here, and help me. You have to be vulnerable enough to have a conversation with the person, because again, we can never really understand your day to day, but to be open enough to honestly want that feedback and that understanding, that's important. And that makes it like, that's important if you are trying to actually be that friend in someone's life who's had a major traumatic experience. Yeah.
I definitely agree, because I know a lot of people. I'm in a lot of survivors groups, and I know a lot of people lose friends, and people just, like you said, they probably don't know how to relate to them anymore, and they feel like, well, what can I do? Like, how can I help them? Or I don't like I can help them. And for some people, it could be too much.
Yeah.
It's just honest. That's the truth of it all. And not that it makes them a bad person, but it's just that some people can't handle seeing people a certain way. And I never I've taken that in account now, but I didn't back then. I think about like how other people felt like seeing me a certain way. Like I'm used to seeing me walking and stuff. And they would see me in the chair or in the bed or whatever. I never took into account like how that would affect other people on the opposite side of the spectrum. I never took into account of that. But you were a great friend. I remember many a days taking me places and coming to get me, even before I had a vehicle that was accessible. I remember you give me your car, and we'll go to we had a lot of places. We went into the art museum. We went into out to eat. We went to a lot of places. Like, and I can honestly say you've been a great friend throughout it all. And even just constantly what I need, or just stopping by or whatever, and checking on my daddy. Like, my daddy means a lot to me. So just checking on this little stuff like that. It just really, I'm trying to get emotional, but it just really
Right, girl. Don't make me emotional. Let me make you laugh right now. We're both gonna be here like this.
It makes a difference. I really appreciate you, and I want you need to know that, because a lot of times people think that we forget about certain things, and I do forget stuff. I do forget stuff sometimes, but I don't forget stuff like that, because that kind of touches me. So yeah. But next question. Well, is it difficult being a friend with a survivor?
That's a hard question, because I feel like, can you ever, or personally anyway, can I ever really do enough for my friend that's a survivor? So that's a hard question. Easy on the strength of you are who you are. You've always been that person. Hard on the end of, well, some things are different, and how do I continue to be of service to her, in that moment of need that she may or may not have. So that's a tricky question, but the easy part is just remembering the whys and, why we're friends,
Yeah.
the valuable knowledge and caring spirit that you give me,
Mhm.
is so important that I'm willing to learn how I can be a better friend. That's always important. And that helps me get over the difficult parts when it can become difficult, because we've had hard conversations
Oh yeah.
before,
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
Oh
So you've had to tell me, well, Jessica, this is different and blah, blah, blah. And I've really had to sit back and say, maybe I was being a little ignorant to that fact. And I need to dig a little deeper into who she is now.
yeah.
So, yeah, we've had those conversations, but that's what actually makes our friendship better, that we can have those deep conversations, those hard conversations, and
Mhm.
move forward with correction and love. So
Mhm.
thank you for teaching me how to be your friend.
Are you welcome? Thank you for being my friend and still being there. Um, so it leads into the next question. So who would you say that I am now?
I told you, you still the same person to me. Driven, hard working, so many different things that you have your hands in.
Goodness.
Again, just persistent in what you're doing, able to find the silver lining in everything, and to know that your mission here is so deep that you got to keep going.
Absolutely.
And, you know, same person, maybe a different package, but
Mhm.
still on the same mission.
I like the different package. I like that. I like that. So what do you think about gun violence? How do you feel about it?
Oh, gun violence is terrible. We really need more action to get us out of this terrible hole that we're in. Um, but it's deep, and it takes a lot of layers being uncovered to actually stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But, first and foremost, just it's terrible. Who wants to go through it?
Yeah.
It doesn't just affect the individual. It affects their
Yeah.
family, their friends, their entire lifestyle that they had before the injury occurred.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Yeah.
So what ways do you think it could be prevented?
You know, that's another one of those big questions. Of course, more laws being passed that would get some of the violence out of our
Mm-hmm.
harder hit communities. But actually asking why this violence is occurring and stopping it at the roots
Yeah.
is something that needs to happen. Yeah.
So do you think it starts in the mind, like a person's mindset? Do you think it starts in the mind, like a person wants to be violent or they tend to go that route? You think it starts like mindset wise?
I think it's environmental, you know.
Environment.
It's our surroundings, it's the things we watch.
Hmm.
It's a lot.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to someone who has a friend or loved one with a traumatic brain injury or any type of injury?
Be okay with having those hard conversations, be vulnerable, never stop learning, whether that's actually asking the individual or reading up on literature, watching videos on your own. Like, never stop learning, because just as new as the situation is for you, the friend or family member, it's
Mhm.
new to the victim. So, we owe it to them to learn to learn on our own and release them of that burden as well. They are already learning for themselves. So, it's good for us to actually be proactive and figure out how we can be better relationship wise with that person. Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about you. I admire you for the hardworking person you are. And you say you're a mompreneur. You do a lot of things too, and maybe that's why we gel together so well, because we're both like have that same type of driven mindset. And so tell us about what you do, and you got the daycare coming up and all those different things, and you have your books and stuff, and
Yeah.
about you.
Well, my immediate thing is urban gardening, agriculture in general, getting people on that train to growing for themselves, from the backyard to the table, actually eating healthier, incorporating health and wellness into that as well, so that we can sustain for self. That's very important to me, as well as keeping my preschool renovation on the up and up. I am getting ready for a soft opening next month with Legends Academy. It's a preschool in Florissant, so I'm excited about that, and I'll be talking about that a lot more, as well as book publishing. Teaching authors how to actually publish their own books. That's something that's really in the forefront of my work right now. And I'll teach people how to dance.
You're going to school. You're still in school. Don't leave that out.
I am still in school. Yeah. That's a process in itself. How much time do you have to talk about that? But yes, I am working towards my PhD, general psychology. And yeah, I got a lot going on.
That's good. See, I'm done with school right now. For right now, I am. That I knew of. But you keep going, though. And so I want to play a game to lighten the mood up or whatever. There's been some tears, emotions going on.
Okay.
It's called this or that. So you pick one or the other. Do you prefer comedy movies or drama movies?
Comedy.
Like the laugh.
All the time. Yeah.
Would you rather cook or go out to eat?
Go out to eat, but it got to be a place with some good, healthy food.
What you cooking?
Because I'm lazy. I don't want to cook because I'm lazy. I got to be lazy somewhere. I got 6 jobs. So cooking is one that I don't really want to do.
You are for lazy. So would you rather garden or write?
Garden. Yeah.
Would you rather sing or dance?
That's a hard one. It is. Because I really like both. Yeah. But I dance. I don't know. I do both every day around the house all the time, for real.
You gotta pick one.
Shoot me now. I don't know. Just I don't know. How about dancing?
Okay. So Jamaica or Bahamas? You been to both? Been to both?
Yeah, Jamaica.
Why Jamaica?
Because I got family in Jamaica. Yeah. So we could go to their place and just relax.
Okay. Well, this has been so fun talking with you. Tell people they can find you on social media, they connect with you, whatever. How can they find you?
You can find me, jessicakcarter.com. Jess Jaic, that's JESSJAIC on Instagram and Twitter as well. Yeah.
I have it in the description below after the video.
Okay.
But again, thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
And like I said, Jessica's the Urban Gardener, guys. So check her out. She's a wonderful friend of mine. I've been on for forever and a day. So, but yeah, thank you for being on TBI Uncovered. You have a good night. And tell Josh, I said,
I will, girl. She probably waiting for me. I'm going to tell her you said it.
Okay, have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank y'all for watching TBI Uncovered.